I suppose you're still on duty, Inspector.
Hello and welcome to I've Seen Everything, where the name is ironic and the reactions are... Hi everyone, my name's Andrew, and welcome to another movie reaction, this time to an Alfred Hitchcock movie, which I've been looking forward to being able to do out here on the channel, but today, despite my best efforts to stack the poll with favorite options that I want to get on this channel eventually, we have a first-time Hitchcock reaction and one that was surprising to me. You will notice that Rear Window was on the poll. Rear Window is one of my favorite Alfred Hitchcock movies, obviously starring Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly. I did not know there was another Grace Kelly Alfred Hitchcock movie, and Dial M for Murder is apparently another Grace Kelly Alfred Hitchcock movie. So that was a wonderful surprise. I think Grace Kelly was great in Rear Window. I'm imagining she'll be great in this movie. I've heard about this movie quite a bit as kind of a go-to Alfred Hitchcock movie that a lot of people love, but I haven't really heard anything that it's about. And you really can't assume a lot of information from the title. It implies it has something to do with a telephone, essentially. Someone dialed something. You can't actually dial M on a telephone. I don't know the history of this story. I don't know if this is an adaptation of something else. Psycho was an adaptation from a previous novel. Some of Hitchcock's stuff is adapted from other works. Some of it, I believe, is original work. But aside from knowing this has Grace Kelly in it, and that it has something to do with something that happens from someone who made a phone call, I am flying into this one completely blind, which I think is how people like it on a first-time reaction. I mean, call me crazy. For that reason, there's not really a lot to do on the front end here. Let's just get right into the movie. But before we do, if you'd be so kind, if you have a moment to go over and check out the Patreon, the full-length reaction to this movie is already up over on the Patreon. There's full-length reactions to all kinds of other movies, exclusive television shows over on the Patreon, all kinds of stuff. I hope you'll go over and have a look and possibly become a patron. Any support you offer over there or over here is all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And if you'd also be so kind as to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons here, click the bell so you can see when I'm putting out new videos. And that is it, folks. That's all I have on the front end for you here. Let's get into 1954's Dial M for Murder. Here we go. Well, this is an unusual phone because it's got an M on it. Wow, that looked like a real background there for a second. They haven't said a word yet.
Let me get another drink.
Oh, there we go.
I haven't told him anything about us.
That's not surprising. It's a tough thing to do.
Okay, so she's in a unhappy marriage and she's cheating on her husband. And she wants to leave him.
He just said he decided to give up tennis and settle down to a job. But he's been wonderful ever since.
I suppose that's when you stopped writing me.
Oh, so now she doesn't know if she wants to leave her husband because their relationship has changed.
After I read them, I burned them. I thought it best. All except one. It was stolen.
Okay, so we have a motivation for murder here. Someone's cheating, and now this letter that reveals their affair is missing. So the tension of who knows is out there.
I received a note. It told me what I had to do to get the letter back.
Oh, somebody was blackmailing her for the evidence. Wow.
I was to draw £50 from my bank in £5 notes, and then change them for used £1 notes.
£50 doesn't seem like a lot. I know it's certainly a lot more back then, but still seems like that would be less than like $1,000 or something like that in modern money. Probably less than 500, I would imagine.
You didn't mail the money?
Yes.
Mark.
But the letter was never returned, and the parcel was still there. It had never been opened.
Oh, the thing she sent with the money was still there, because they didn't even know there was money in it.
Margot, I'm going to tell Tony about us tonight.
No, you don't understand. Tony's changed. Please.
I am wondering now if Tony knows, and if he's planning something behind the scenes.
Well, there you are. Tony, this is Mark Halliday.
Hello, Tony. Hello.
Well, if he knows, he's certainly pretending well.
Oh, now don't say you can't go.
I'm afraid so.
Well, could you join us after the theater? We might go somewhere.
Okay, so this is already suspicious. He's setting them up to be out on their own.
What are you doing tomorrow night? Saturday? Nothing I know of. Well, how'd you like to come to a stag party? A stag party? Yeah, darling, Mark's coming to the party tomorrow night.
Oh, good.
I don't think he said yes, but, you know, I guess he pushed him into it now. He doesn't look like it in the movie, but I'm looking at this photo they brought up of Ray Milland here playing Tony. It looks almost like Jimmy Stewart in the photo.
Have a good time. Thanks, night.
Yeah, quite the performance. So he's been setting this up all along.
My name is Fisher. I understand you have a car for sale.
Oh, yes.
I say, you couldn't come round to my flat tonight. Well, we'll see what a couple of drinks can do. Goodbye.
All right. So he gave a fake name. He said Fisher. That's not his name. And I thought he was hiring a hitman or something, like talking in code. Maybe he was. But this does not lend to that. This lends to the idea that the guy that's coming over could be in some peril, or I don't know why he would kill some random guy selling a car.
You know, I can't help thinking I've seen you before somewhere.
You know, it's funny you should mention that. Must be 20 years ago. You wouldn't remember me. I only came here last year.
I'm thinking that I can figure this out like right off the bat, and I don't think I can, obviously. That's kind of the point.
How do you know my car's for sale?
Your garage told me.
That's odd. I don't think I mentioned it to anyone there.
Yeah, this guy I don't think is not part of the plan. He's doing something because he's using a fake name.
That's it. Wendis. What's all this about Fisher? What's all this about Lesgett?
Oh, so they're both using fake names.
Taking at a reunion dinner. Here you are, with the biggest cigar in the business.
Well, that's the first and last reunion I ever went to.
Hitchcock is in the picture. I almost didn't get it. He is consistent with his cameos.
Honorary treasurer.
Yes, some of the ticket money was stolen, wasn't it?
That's right, almost £100.
It was the college porter, of course.
I wonder if he's going to try to strong-arm him into killing his wife or something. I can't figure what else he'd be trying to do like this.
For one thing, she wasn't in love with me anymore. There were phone calls which would end abruptly if I happened to walk in.
Oh, he was already suspecting that something was up, and then he got evidence of it.
Her old school friend lived in the studio in Chelsea. I could see them through the studio window. You know, it's funny how you can tell when people are in love.
He has to be wondering at this point why the hell he's here. He's being a very good sport with all of this. I'd be getting super creeped out by now.
I even thought of killing her. That seemed a far more sensible idea. I suddenly saw something which completely changed my mind.
This guy came to sell a car. He hasn't spoken to this guy in forever, which is probably why he's sitting there.
The boyfriend had been called back to New York. There were long letters from there. She burned them all except one.
Wow, he was watching her pretty closely. He knew she burned it, and he knew that she had one left over.
So I kept the letter.
Why are you telling me all this?
Because you're the only person I can trust.
Yeah, that's the real question. Only person you can trust is somebody you haven't spoken to in who knows how long.
Actually planning to murder her. And I might have done it if I hadn't seen something that changed my mind. I saw you.
Oh, he hasn't given up on killing her. He's just not going to do it himself. That makes sense.
That cash box, I suppose.
Well, what about it?
Everybody knew you took that money. Poor old Alfred.
That is pretty messed up. He stole the money and blamed it on an old employee of the school.
Don't you want me to tell you why I brought you here? Because when I saw you in that pub that it happened, suddenly everything became quite clear.
Oh, now he realizes that he's not as feeble as he thought he was. It's an interesting power play.
I need an alibi. Then I saw you. I became so curious to know that I followed you. I followed you home that night.
Wow. He has been planning this whole time, and he's wiping everything for prints so they can't figure out he was there.
In fact, there were times when I felt that you almost belonged to me. That must have been interesting. You used to...
Yeah, that's not a creepy thing to say to somebody. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to run out of here by now, but he figures he has something on him, I guess.
And I tailed you home to your new lodgings in Belsize Park. There, Mr. Adams became Mr. Wilson.
Oh, he's a scam artist bouncing around with different names.
Trying to sell her car. Asked me to sell it for her. She only wanted 800.
Trying to make himself a tidy profit.
Suppose I tell them how you followed her to that studio in Chelsea and watched them cooking spaghetti.
They would never believe you because of who you are and what your record is.
Why should you steal her handbag? Why should you write her all those blackmail notes? Can you prove you didn't?
Oh, he dropped the letter and got him to pick it up, so now his fingerprints are on it.
Tried to borrow money on the strength that we were at college together. When I refused, you mentioned something about a letter belonging to my wife. It has your fingerprints on it, remember?
Even though I saw this coming, the way that he's laid this out and how malicious he is about it. Very cold and very meticulous.
What makes you think I'll agree?
For the same reason that a donkey with a stick behind him and a carrot in front always goes forwards and not backwards.
Quite a way to put it. You have a motivation to do what he wants and a motivation not to go against him.
Middle-aged woman found dead due to an overdose of something. Apparently she'd been taking the stuff for quite some time, and nobody knows where she got it.
Hitchcock really likes to get his use out of a set and make it about the characters and them playing the scene. We've been in this room for a half an hour. Maybe the whole movie takes place here.
As soon as you've delivered the goods, I shall mail you the checkroom ticket and the key to the case. Your balance has dropped by over £1,000 during the year. I go dog racing twice a week.
Oh. I didn't know what his motivation was, but he's trying to make sure that if he does this, that it can't be traced. But I get the feeling that the protection's more on his side than on the con man's side.
She'll go to bed early and listen to Saturday Night Theater on the radio. She always does when I'm out.
I think they might have the whole movie in this set. Crazy.
When she opens it, the light will stream across the room. So don't move until she answers the phone.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying much. I'm just watching this whole plan be laid out. This is pure Hitchcock right here. This is what he does best.
Open it and tip the clothes out onto the floor. Then fill it with a cigarette box and some of these cups.
Stories that are so based on just the meticulously built characters that this whole thing could be a stage play, and I'm sure probably has been. In fact, I think I saw researching this that they've done this as a stage play. Maybe it even started that way.
That's what I shall tell the police. Yes, but she may say that. But she isn't going to say anything.
She won't say anything because she will be dead by that point.
We'll find her together, and we shall have been together since we left her. And there's my alibi.
Using the very man that she's cheating on him with for an alibi.
When I come back with Halliday, I'll use my own key to let us in. Then, while he's out searching the garden or something, I'll take the key from under the carpet and return it to a handbag.
I get the sense, especially with him being so meticulous about wiping down all the fingerprints, that he's going to get too comfortable and they're going to find a fingerprint and he's going to have to claim not to know him or something, or something's going to go wrong. I don't know if she's actually going to end up getting killed or not.
But I don't think so. I hardly seem to have started. Oh, darling, just a moment. I think there's someone at the door. Psst. You can be seen from the bedroom window.
I get the feeling that's exactly what they're going to do here. It's all going to take place on this set. This is what they did in Rear Window. This is definitely what they did in Rope. Rope was a real-time story. I'm surprised I haven't watched this before if it's another one of these type of Hitchcock stories. I love these. Absolutely love them. I mean, he either knows he's trapped or he's willing to do it for the money, and he's scouting out all the information he needs to make sure he's comfortable with what he's doing. So this is pretty much a yes, I think. It's such good storytelling to say the thing without saying the thing, you know? All of the stuff while he's on the phone of him checking different things about the apartment and then just picking up the money. It's simple, but it's really good nonverbal storytelling. Yeah, they're gonna tell the whole story just on this set.
A detective novel with a tennis background.
Yes, what about it, Mark?
Man, he's ice cold. He's had time to get over whatever emotions he had about this because he's...
How do you go about writing a detective story?
Well, you forget detection and concentrate on crime.
He's not only is he not struggling, he's enjoying this.
Do you really believe in the perfect murder?
Yes, absolutely. On paper, that is.
Yeah, he's laid this out too perfectly. I feel like something has to go sideways.
No, I'm afraid my murders would be something like my bridge. I'd make some stupid mistake and never realize till I found everybody was looking at me.
That is the clue. That's the foreshadowing. That's what's going to happen. And we have the proper Hitchcock suspense set up at this point. We know what's intended to happen. Now it's all about who knows what, when. Is he going to be discovered?
Darling, did I lend you my latchkey? I can't seem to find it anywhere.
I don't know. I may have them both in my handbag. I'll just look.
It's this weird thing of like, we've heard the plan. I don't think we're rooting for the plan, but we're anxious to see if the plan will be executed the way it's been planned out.
I thought I might go to a movie or something.
Well, aren't you going to listen to the radio?
There it is. There's the thing to go wrong.
Oh, now don't make me stay home. You know how I hate doing nothing.
Yeah, this ratchets up the suspense almost immediately.
Well, obviously don't want us to go out tonight, so we won't.
Let's not be childish about this. All right, I'll do your old press clippings.
You don't have to if you don't want to, you know.
This still is problematic. Okay, first of all, we have an issue with the keys, and now he's witnessed that the husband was very adamant for her to stay home, which makes him look guilty, makes him look like something was wrong, like he was involved somehow.
Let me some change, dear.
Unless he's going to try to, sneak her key out of her bag, maybe.
Maggie, that comes out of housekeeping.
Well, let me give it to you, then it keeps your hands out like that.
Okay, he's presumably back on a schedule, but he's got to get the key there.
Goodbye, dear.
Oh, she noticed something. I thought she was going to notice him putting the key in. Yeah, it's sticking out. So far, on schedule. I mean, I guess we get the dial M for murder part, not actually dialing M, but he calls. The husband actually cues the murder because he calls this number as the signal.
Excuse me a moment. Any of you fellas at the right time?
Yes, I have 7 minutes past 11.
My watch has stopped. I must have overwound it.
Little things here and there tripping up the plan. The phone's going to ring and he's not going to be in position. Wow. Hitchcock is good. He just was really good at this. Again, you lay out a plan that's balanced on a tightrope, and then all you have to do is put the smallest things in its way. Get into position, quick. Phone could be heard in the hallway. See, now, at this moment, we don't know what's going to happen. Either he got back in position or he left.
Hello?
Yep, he got back in position. Oh, I was going to say he couldn't bring himself to do it. Wow. Oh, wow. Didn't account for the scissors. Ooh. There's always something about that when you have someone who got stabbed and they land on the thing that they've been stabbed by. Just driving it in further.
Darling, it's me.
She's going to know. She's absolutely going to know.
Darling, pull yourself together. What is it?
A man attacked me.
Did he get away?
No, he's dead.
Yeah. His whole house of cards came falling down. I don't know why in all the things I was trying to figure out I didn't see that coming. I should have.
Don't touch anything. I'll be with you right away.
No, I won't touch anything. Promise? Yes, I promise. Only
She is distraught. Otherwise, she'd be like, why are you telling me not to touch anything? I'm calling the police. I'm assuming he's going to call the police, but he wants to get there and make sure that they're not going to find anything that'll implicate him when they finally get there. When they panned back right there, I half expected him to be gone.
It's Margot. She's not feeling too well. Serious? No, nothing serious. You stay and enjoy yourself.
I'll come along.
No, it's perfectly all right.
Yeah, all of this is bad for him. And then again, I'm not necessarily pulling for him to get away with this, but he should have told her, like he should have acted normal. He should have told her to call the cops. He was so meticulous, there's probably not anything that could be tied to him anyway. But all these other things start adding up. Why were you so determined for me to stay home? You were the one who called, and that's when this guy tried to kill me.
Tony. Oh, Tony.
It's all right, darling. It's all right. What happened?
He also looked in that moment when she was being killed like he had regret about what he had done. Doesn't excuse it. Doesn't make it okay.
I almost passed out. I felt the scissors in my hands and then I got suddenly.
The best part about this in this moment is I truly have no idea where we're going, which is exactly where we should be. What I do know is he's doing ever more things that are just making him look more suspicious. He's touching a body without calling the cops. That's true. If they find the key on him, that would be a clear sign that, like, how else could he have the key? Okay, there you go.
What is it?
I know what he did. The key is in her purse, but it has the killer's fingerprints on it, and probably also has the husband's fingerprints on it. That's what they're going to find.
When will the police get here?
Have you called them already?
No. You told me not to speak to anyone. Hadn't you better call them now?
Yes.
That's another one. If she tells the police that my husband told me not to speak to anyone until he got here, the police are going to say that looks very suspicious.
Was it an accident?
I don't know.
You think he might have been killed by someone?
I don't know.
He's so at a loss at this point that he doesn't know what to say to people.
No, we won't touch anything. Goodbye.
He's already been touching everything.
But they'll have to ask me
They
questions.
can wait until tomorrow. I'll tell them all they need to know.
Tony,
Yes.
why did you phone me?
I'm sorry, darling. I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, was really good at this, but also at the same time not really good at this because he had so much time to lay out this plan initially. And now the whole thing has fallen apart and he's having to think on his feet, and he's showing that he's not very good at that because he's making mistake after mistake after mistake that's going to come back and point directly to him, or at least point to a lot of suspicion. Like, even if he gets rid of the stalking, she's still going to tell all this stuff to the police. The police are probably going to insist on speaking with her. Yeah, he's not real good at thinking on his feet and covering these things. And that's probably going to be his downfall. Okay, I don't understand the purpose of that. I mean, I don't think they could fingerprint stockings. Okay, he figures that maybe that will help him as far as being a motive for this person who broke in? It's the most dangerous moment. He thinks he's got everything, but the second they get in there and find something he missed, he's going to come apart.
Look, it's the other stocking.
He thinks he's leading him down the path. Intermission. Wow. They used to have an intermission on a movie that was less than 2 hours? Okay. So he, at least initially, has gotten away with it. But he's still paranoid.
The sergeant wanted to know why you didn't phone the police immediately. They might get nosy and start asking all sorts of questions.
He's not giving her a reason why he told her not to call the cops. That's what's going to make her start to be suspicious, I feel.
Good morning, madam. I'm a police officer. May I come in?
Yeah, this is the guy who's going to start picking things apart, I think.
I'm Chief Inspector Hubbard, in charge of criminal investigation of this division.
He's having questions about the setup and the details that he got on the night of the crime.
I've seen his report. There are a few things I'd like to get firsthand.
Oh, he wasn't there. It was just lower police officers that were there.
We assume he must have come in through these windows here. I was actually phoning my wife when she was attacked.
Can you tell me exactly what time it was?
I do remember my watch had stopped.
Yeah, all these things start to seem too convenient at a certain point. The other thing I haven't been saying that I'm wondering if they're going to notice is that there should be footprints outside the window if somebody came up that way, and there aren't any.
Must be 20 years since I left. Swan. There he is there. Why, it's unbelievable.
That would have been funny if that guy said, "Is this Alfred Hitchcock here?"
Mrs. Winters, would you show me exactly what happened last night?
Tony, do I have to?
I'm afraid so, darling.
He set up his wife to be murdered, and now he's playing the doting husband, pretending he cares. Maybe he did have remorse in that moment. I don't know. It still doesn't change anything.
I should have picked it up from this side.
But I always answer the phone from here.
But why?
But he puts together that it's a known thing that she answers the phone that way.
I distinctly remember feeling for the scissors. I'd forgotten to put them away.
Saved her life. Was the only thing that stopped the whole thing. The only thing he didn't count on.
Did you lock the window at the same time?
Yes.
And how do you suppose he got into this room?
Well, we assume that he broke in.
Well, there's no sign of a break-in.
He shouldn't have said that. He shouldn't have said that he was sure he locked it. He painted himself in a corner by doing that.
Didn't it occur to you to call a doctor?
He was dead.
How did you know that?
I mean, to be fair, she was traumatized. People don't think clearly when they've been through something like that.
We're quite certain that he came in by this door.
They're quite certain. What did they find?
Well, how many keys are there to this door, sir?
Only 2. Mine was in my handbag.
Oh, that's how they're going to end up fingerprinting the key.
What makes you think he came in this way? His shoes. The ground was soaking wet last night.
Yep, that's what I was saying. No footprints, no mud.
You remember when your bag was stolen? Wasn't the key inside?
It was still there when I got it back.
Was anything missing?
All the money was gone.
I mean, no papers or letters?
He's leading her right to it. She won't admit it in front of her husband, even though he already knows, because she has no idea of that. Sorry, running in circles around what they're putting together here.
But of course he didn't.
Why not?
Because if he had, the key would still have been on him when he died. But no key was found when we went through his pockets.
I'm wondering if this detective already knows that the husband was involved. That little smile makes me believe he knows more than he's letting on at this point. I mean, she doesn't know that the police have the letter. So they've read it, and they know what's going on.
Just write it down there, will you? Your telephone number as well.
Right.
Are we actually going to a different set? He's testing his handwriting, for sure. Comparing it against the handwriting of the letter.
How much does he know about you and Mrs. Winters?
Oh, just doing it like that, huh?
Margot, it was found in the dead man's pocket.
You did lose it, didn't you?
Yes, I did. But you see, my husband didn't know about it.
Yep. It's all going to start falling apart. Not like she thinks. She's just worried about her husband being upset.
If you try and conceal anything at all, it may put you in a very serious position.
She looks like she's about to pass out. I mean, she's had to deal with a lot in the last few hours.
Don't you even believe I was attacked? How do you think I got these bruises on my throat?
You could have caused those bruises yourself.
Oh, I didn't expect this angle. That he would end up framing his wife for the murder of this guy that he hired to do the job.
There was a pair of stockings here.
I'm wondering if she knows that he knows.
And don't laugh, they're suggesting that Margot killed him intentionally.
I wouldn't say that if I were you, sir.
I do wonder if that's not what they actually think. He's doing that to shake the husband loose, I think.
I charge you did willfully murder Charles Alexander Swan.
Oh, okay, so they actually did charge her with a murder, rather than being self-defense.
At any time in your life, meet this man Swan. You received a letter from Mr. Halliday. This letter was found in the dead man's pocket.
This is a creative way to show the passage of time. Everything is her against this backdrop. We're not actually seeing a different set, so it still could be all one set.
The sentence of this court is that you be taken to the place from whence you came, from thence to a place of lawful execution.
Wow, she actually was convicted and sentenced to death for a murder that was purely self-defense that was meant to kill her anyway. So maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he figures, well, that's what I was trying to have happen.
Oh, hello, Mark. Tony.
So now the mission's going to be is, can they exonerate her and get him convicted before she's executed?
Margot was convicted because nobody believed her story. Wait a minute, Tony. Now, hear me out. This is where you come in. Now, you've got to go to the police and tell them some story.
Has all of this been a ruse somehow? Well, no, the court proceedings couldn't have been. I was going to say, could all of this have been a ruse to draw him out to confess, but they wouldn't go through the process of convicting her.
You can even say that, well, you two met somewhere and you planned this whole thing together. Are you suggesting I arranged for Swan to come here that night to blackmail her? No, to kill her.
They're on to something because he's laying out exactly what he did. I don't think that's just coincidence because he's a writer.
All you got to do is support everything she said. Don't you see, Tony? That's my whole idea. But what about your letter? You tell them that you stole her handbag yourself.
I mean, he is kind of glossing over the fact that he would be surrendering himself, sacrificing himself. But I guess maybe he thinks he would willingly sacrifice himself for his wife.
But your letter was found in his pocket. Where'd you put it there? When? It's sometime before the police arrive.
He's either about to find out that he actually did this, or he's about to kill him for having the right story.
Let's face it, they can't hang you for a murder that never came off. Most you get to be a few years in prison.
Wouldn't that be the way of it, that he ended up dying or going to prison for the very thing he did?
Can you imagine anyone believing a story like that? Yes, I can. If you make them believe it.
This is too close to exactly what happened for there not to be something else there. But I don't know what it could be if they convicted her already.
Well, I'm making inquiries in connection with a robbery that took place about 3 weeks ago, sir.
I'm assuming this is going to get the guy in the other room, to believe that he actually did do this.
Had you just drawn this money from your bank? Oh, bank statements are always jealously guarded.
Trying to trap him in something. I bet the bank did give him the information.
That might be the very person we're looking for. Hello. This is yours, sir?
What is it?
Somebody's latchkey. It was lying on the floor just here.
Yeah, he's got some game here, obviously. He's trying to shake the husband loose. I think that the courts actually did convict her. They actually think she did it. But he is suspected from the beginning that the husband was behind it.
Have you a small blue attaché case?
Yes, I was going to report it this afternoon. I think I left it in a taxi.
I see.
Yeah, he's starting to get a sense that he figured out what actually happened, not just a plan that he was coming up with. One of his stories.
Inspector, before you go.
It's about to rat on him.
This money was to have been paid to a man named Swan after he murdered Mrs. Wenders.
Then why did he report it stolen, I wonder?
Before you came, Inspector, he was trying to persuade me to go to the police with the most fantastic story you ever heard.
Yeah, he's about to throw him under the bus. But I think the detective knows better. I think he's known better this whole time.
Yes, I substituted my wife's other stocking for the one that...
He's going to give him a detail that Mark didn't come up with.
But he let himself in with his own key. That came out in the trial. Don't you remember?
Come on, Mark. Your move.
They locked them in this chess match for the end of the movie here. But we still got 20 minutes.
Inspector, what is it? Look at this. The last check he wrote was on the 26th of March. It's the day before this all happened. I tell you, he's been living off it ever since.
He needs to back up. He's working against himself here. This detective knows the husband did it. He has to.
All right, you asked for it. She kept saying he had something of hers, but she couldn't find it.
He's cold-blooded. He's either coming up with this on the spot or he thought about this in advance.
If anything happens to me, don't let them find this. You see, she was just about to give it to him when she killed him instead.
His story is she was going to hire this guy to kill her lover or to kill him, potentially.
You're not
not even going to check up on this? She's being hanged tomorrow. You'd have to admit you arrested the wrong person.
Oddly enough, the only person that loves his wife seems to be the guy she was cheating with.
What'll happen when Margot hears about this?
Well, she'll deny it, of course.
And perhaps she'll change her will.
I don't think that he was doing it for the will, was he? I think he just was angry that she was cheating on him. Yeah, he's going to swap the keys. I don't know what his game is, swapping the key. Well, okay. They're coats. I'm completely lost on why he switched the coats. He said something about how similar the keys looked. Obviously, their coats must have looked similar if he switched those. Okay. He's looking to get into the apartment and find something. That makes more sense. Who's that with him? This can't be with a warrant. Confused. I don't know who the guy was with him. Maybe another police officer?
Look, O'Brien, I've got back in again. Start the ball rolling.
What ball rolling? This all one big sting to arrest him?
Inspector Hubbard, it's me, Mark Holliday. Inspector.
Shut up. If you want to save Mrs. Windus, keep quiet and let me handle it.
He doesn't understand the keep quiet part. There's something in motion. He's on your side. Let him do it. Oh, she was waiting in the car. I don't get it. Oh, the key that was in her purse was not her key. It was the killer's key. He accidentally took the killer's key and put it in his wife's purse.
They talk about flat-footed policemen. May the saints protect us from the gifted amateur.
That's brilliant. He convinced them that if she couldn't open it with that key, that somebody else set her up.
Margot.
Where's Tony?
He's gone out.
I wonder if she knows at this point who it was that actually did it.
You've got a key.
It didn't fit the lock.
And you know why, don't you? Whose key is this?
I thought it was mine.
That would mean that her key was still on the body, or still in the things that were with the body.
Your husband's explained this to you.
I don't understand.
I don't believe you do.
She doesn't have anything to lose at this point. She's about to be executed for this.
Margot, how did you get here?
They said I could go.
He's already presented something that's exonerated her.
Where's Tony? He was supposed to visit me this morning. And
She doesn't know yet that he set her up to be murdered.
Tony arranged for Swan to come here that night and kill you.
Did you suspect it yourself?
No, never.
Yeah. Now she's looking back over all that time period and thinking there were signs.
Shouldn't I break down?
In a couple of days, you're going to have the most wonderful breakdown.
That's quite a way to describe that. A wonderful breakdown. Easy back.
Williams?
Oh, it's his lookout. That makes sense. But he switched keys with him, too. So he shouldn't be able to get in either. Or maybe he doesn't have a key at all. Buys him some more time.
Any questions? No questions. Right, call me back when he leaves the
That's the one part he has wrong, is where he stashed the key. It wasn't above the door.
He unlocked the door, then returned the key before he came in.
Oh. It was never in his pocket.
And the key Wenders took out of Swan's pocket and returned to her handbag was Swan's own latchkey.
That very perfectly frames his guilt there, because it couldn't have been anyone else.
You were the only other person who could possibly have left that key outside. I had to find out if you knew it was there.
Suppose I had known.
You didn't.
Yes, darling.
I mean, that's quite a thing to go through. Imagine what she's been through at this point. She has been convicted of a malicious murder that she didn't commit. She was attacked and she defended herself. She's been sentenced to die. She's dealt with the idea that she was going to die the next day. And now she's having all of this revealed to her, that her husband plotted her whole murder and was against her this whole time, and she didn't know.
Try and hang on just a little longer.
She's been through about as much as you could be through in a situation like this.
But if he doesn't do that, we can't prove a thing.
That's perfectly true. But once he opens that door, we shall know everything.
Yeah, and he's going to. Well, okay, I might have talked over this part. How is he going to think that, like, he doesn't know the key's under the stair carpet?
Quiet now, you two.
Oh, wait. When he realizes that's the wrong key, he'll realize it's still there. Got it. That's what he was saying. Wrong key. And they have cops there to catch him, because this detective explained everything. That's really smart.
What's he doing?
He's wondering why that key doesn't fit.
She's still having to deal with the fact that her husband had hired someone to kill her.
He's staring at the key. Of course, that's Swan's key, isn't it? Now he's got it. He's coming back fast.
It's important. He pulled the key out of there and tested to make sure it was the right key. He can attest that what happened here, so he can't swear it was something else. Yeah, he knows something's wrong. Nope. You're not running, buddy. You made, in all your plans, one very grave mistake. The whole thing was a grave mistake. You were willing to murder your wife because she had cheated on you.
Congratulations, Inspector. Oh, by the way.
He doesn't care. He's so far gone, he doesn't even care that he's going to prison.
Well, how about you, Margot?
Yes, I could do with something.
Mark? So can I. Suppose you're still on duty, Inspector.
He's not talking to you. He's calling for them to come pick you up. Not the ending I expected. Wow. Well, let's go to the wrap-up. Still not used to, well, I mean, I've watched a lot of movies from this era, but I'm still not used to it ends. Just boom. Last scene, the end, that's it. Man, you saw me. You saw me the whole movie through. I examined about every angle there was to examine out of that whole thing. And I saw several twists. There are some I didn't see. There were some times during this I was very clearly lost on what direction we were going or where we were going to end up. One of the things I didn't see was the whole thing with the key there. I didn't get that till the very end. And that made so much sense, and that was brilliant. But even more than that, surprisingly, the one thing I didn't expect, that this guy was such a sociopath, this husband by this point, although I should have, he showed it. He showed it at the very beginning. One of the first things I said is like, he has to know they're cheating. But at the same time, it's like, well, he couldn't be this cordial to them. It's like anybody else would be angry. They would be outraged. They wouldn't be able to stand in a room with their wife and the man that she was cheating on him with and just act like everything's fine. So there was that. Then there was when he brought Swan, I think it was. He had so many names. And laid out this whole thing. It started as a friendly exchange of someone wanting to buy a car, and then showed him quickly that, oh yeah, we know each other, and oh yeah, I've been following you, and I know all these things going on in your life, and I have you over a barrel, and you're going to do this, and you're going to profit from it, or I can make your life hell, basically. And did it all with a smile. He never showed any real emotion. Well, I shouldn't say never. He almost never showed any real emotion. The only time I saw something out of him that I thought might be real emotion was when he made the call, when he could hear her screaming and crying on the other side. I couldn't tell if what I was reading on his face was just apprehension about whether his plan was going to come to fruition, or if it was him actually feeling guilt at that point for what he had set up to happen to his wife, actually feeling remorse or regret or wishing he hadn't done it or something. I don't know. At this point, based on how he acted in every other part of this movie, I don't know if he's capable of that kind of remorse or that kind of human emotion. But at this point, to walk into that apartment, falling into the trap they have set for him, what was he going to do? Was he literally going to turn and run because he realized he was caught? Was he just going to go on the run permanently? Who knows? But he turned, tried to go out, saw that there was a cop blocking his way, realized that he was caught, no emotion about it. Maybe at that point he was just exhausted from the whole thing. I don't know. It just reads sociopath that, oh, well, you've got me. Let's all have a drink. My wife, who I set up for all of this, and I was going to let you be executed. Would you like a drink? Oh, her lover, who I hated, and you're the reason why I was going to have my wife killed. And you actually loved her, and you've been desperately trying to find a way to save her life, and I pretended I was on your side, but I wasn't. Would you like a drink? Oh, a detective who's calling the people to come take me away to presumably take me to prison, and I don't know, if I'll necessarily get the death penalty for something like this, but I'm certainly going to spend quite a few years in prison for it. Would you like a drink? It's like this whole thing of this disconnection from the reality of the situation. Maybe that kind of ending was seen as kind of funny and aloof back in this time period. I don't know. There's a way to read it where it's like, oh, you've got me. Oh, well. And there's a way to read it that's like, oh, this person is deeply disturbed This person is not in touch with reality and faces some of the most horrific circumstances and things happening in life with a very disconcerting smile and disconnection from anything that could resemble human emotion. Maybe they didn't go that deep with these things in the 50s. I mean, Hitchcock certainly started getting into that kind of stuff more as his movies went on. Man, there is a lot of malice to read out of there. And especially, like, I think you could have played it up even more. Hitchcock could have played it up even more if he had one or two shots, one or two private moments that showed in a very eerie and disturbing way just how much he had detached from reality, making him even more of an unsympathetic character and a scary character. But also, like any other Hitchcock movie, it puts you in this position of, who are you pulling for at this point? You know, at the end of it, I'm pretty much pulling for her and the guy she was cheating with. I mean, they're basically innocent except for the fact that they were unfaithful, or she was unfaithful in a marriage. That's not nothing. It's certainly not worth, oh, she was unfaithful in a marriage, kill her. No, that's not how that works. And that's disgusting and horrible. And again, an entire other level of depravity. I mean, the other one is a human failing of not honoring the monogamy of a relationship. That's not great, but that's not, you know, a horrible, violent crime or a murder. And this guy, I mean, presumably he had some time to get there. Maybe just the thought of his wife cheating on him slowly drove him out of his mind. Maybe he was always a sociopath. I don't know. He seemed to have been in his element when he was doing those things. Hitchcock puts you in these positions of you don't necessarily know who you're pulling for, because you're not pulling for him necessarily, especially once he's shown how heartless and cold he is. But like I said during the reaction, he puts you in this position where it's like, okay, he's laid out this plan. It's one of the first things he does in the movie. Is it going to go according to plan? The suspense to see if it's going to happen that way. Not that you want him to succeed, but it's like, is it actually going to occur that way? And if so, what does that mean? Or is something going to go wrong along the way? Like so many other Hitchcock things, it's like you get almost all the way there, but like you have to have one or two things just kind of screw the whole thing up, twist the whole thing around. At the end, it was just mixing up a key and a couple things on the way there that look like they're not going to go right to really jolt you with the suspense. It's one of the things Hitchcock knew how to do the best. They called him the master of suspense for a reason. He knew how to play with human expectation. He knew how to play with human anxiety over a situation, people being uneasy to see if something was going to resolve or not. Anyway, I've been talking for far too long. Once again, before we get out of here, if you'd be so kind, go over and have a look at the Patreon. Again, the full-length reaction for this movie is already available over there. There's other full-length reactions to movies over there, exclusive full-length reactions to television shows over there. A lot of great stuff. I hope you'll go have a look and possibly consider becoming a patron. Any support you give over there or here is greatly appreciated. And speaking of over here, if you'd be so kind as to go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button down here, click the bell so you can see when I'm putting out new videos. And we also, as of the recording of this, have our first Seen Everything patron, Aunt Bess. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Thanks for being along for the ride on this. I got to watch a new Hitchcock movie I hadn't seen, which there's still a few of those out there. I'd love to watch more. Another one with Grace Kelly, which I think this is it. I don't think he did, or that she did any more with him, but was very entertaining. Very much enjoyed it. Did not see the ending coming. Did not see a lot of the twists. I followed some of it, but they still got me. So thank you for voting for it. Thank you for watching this with me, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.